High in the Himalayas, where snow-capped peaks pierce the sky, lies the Kargil district. This rugged and remote region became the battleground for a fierce conflict between India and Pakistan in the summer of 1999. The Kargil War, as it came to be known, was a stark reminder of the volatile relationship between these two South Asian neighbours. It was a war fought in the most unforgiving of terrains, testing the limits of human endurance and military strategy. The conflict was sparked by Pakistan's infiltration of Indian-administered territory. Pakistani troops disguised as Kashmiri militants occupied strategic heights in Kargil. This audacious move threatened India's vital supply lines to its troops stationed in the Siachen Glacier. The Kargil War was not just a military conflict, it was a clash of ideologies, a struggle for control over a disputed territory, and a testament to the human cost of war. The Kargil War was a watershed moment in Indo-Pakistani relations. It exposed the fragility of the peace process and highlighted the deep-seated mistrust between the two nations. The conflict also had far-reaching regional and global implications, raising concerns about nuclear escalation in South Asia. To understand the Kargil conflict, one must delve into the historical tapestry of Kashmir. This picturesque region, nestled in the Himalayas, has been a bone of contention between India and Pakistan since their independence in 1947. The partition of British India along religious lines left Kashmir with its Muslim-majority population in a precarious position. The ruler of Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh, initially hesitated to join either India or Pakistan. However, when Pakistani tribesmen invaded Kashmir, the Maharaja acceded to India in exchange for military assistance. This triggered the First Indo-Pakistani War of 1947 to 48, which resulted in a ceasefire line dividing Kashmir between the two countries. The unresolved Kashmir issue has been a major stumbling block in India-Pakistan relations ever since. Both countries claim the entire region as their own, and the dispute has led to two more wars in 1965 and 1971 and numerous skirmishes. The seeds of the Kargil conflict were sown in the aftermath of the 1971 war, which resulted in the creation of Bangladesh. Pakistan's defeat in that war led to a period of introspection and a reassessment of its military doctrine. In the early 1980s, Pakistan began to develop a new strategy to bleed India through 1,000 cuts. This strategy involved supporting and sponsoring militant groups in Indian-administered Kashmir. The aim was to keep India bogged down in a low-intensity conflict, draining its resources and international standing. The insurgency in Kashmir intensified throughout the 1990s, claiming thousands of lives and destabilizing the region. Against this backdrop of simmering tensions, Pakistan's military leadership, under General Pervez Musharraf, began to conceive of a more audacious plan to occupy strategic heights in Kargil. The objective was to cut off the vital Srinagar-Leh highway, which served as the lifeline for Indian troops deployed in the Siachen Glacier. The Pakistani leadership believed that this move would force India to withdraw from Siachen and bring the Kashmir issue to the negotiating table. In the winter of 1998 to 99, Pakistani troops disguised as Kashmiri militants began infiltrating the Kargil sector. They took advantage of the harsh winter conditions, which forced the Indian army to vacate its high-altitude posts. The Pakistani soldiers, many of them battle-hardened veterans of the Afghan Jihad, established fortified positions on the towering peaks overlooking the Srinagar-Leh highway.
This operation, codenamed Operation Badr, was shrouded in secrecy. The Pakistani government initially denied any involvement, claiming that the infiltrators were Kashmiri freedom fighters. However, the scale and sophistication of the operation, along with the presence of regular Pakistani army personnel, soon exposed Pakistan's direct role.
The Pakistani infiltration caught India off guard. The Indian intelligence agencies had failed to detect the Pakistani buildup, and the initial response was slow and inadequate. The Pakistani troops entrenched in their fortified bunkers had the advantage of height and surprise. As the magnitude of the Pakistani intrusion became clear, India launched a massive military response, codenamed Operation Vijay, Victory. The Indian Army, supported by the Air Force, launched a two-pronged offensive to evict the Pakistani intruders.
One thrust was directed at recapturing the strategic peaks overlooking the Srinagar-Leh highway. The other was aimed at cutting off the supply lines of the Pakistani troops.
The fighting was fierce and relentless. The Indian soldiers, braving artillery fire and treacherous terrain, fought with determination to reclaim their lost territory. The Indian Air Force played a crucial role, carrying out precision strikes on Pakistani positions. However, the use of air power was restricted to the Indian side of the line of control, LOC, to avoid escalation.
The Kargil conflict was a test of India's military capabilities and its resolve to defend its territorial integrity. The Indian Army, though initially caught off guard, displayed remarkable resilience and courage in the face of a determined enemy.